Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time I'm looking at Batman the Dawnbreaker. This is produced by DC Comics as part of the Dark Knight's Metal tie-ins. It is a one-shot. This was written by Sam Humphries with art by Ethan Van Sciver, colors by Jason Wright, and Tom Napolitano on letters. This starts off with the tragedy in Crime Alley, where Bruce Wayne has to watch his parents get murdered, and just after they are murdered, a Green Lantern ring appears. It has tracked him down to make him a Green Lantern of the sector, and he uses it to follow the unnamed gunman and murder him. He overrides with his grief and emptiness. He overrides the safety measures on the Green Lantern ring and pushes it into a dark place where there is no light, effectively reversing its power and making it a negative evil thing. And he can't resurrect his parents, but his grief is what's controlling him. So as we go through the book, he is hunting down criminals and murdering them, like viciously murdering them. And he has no compunction about who he murders. It's not just criminals, it's anybody that questions him. If you've ever seen the Twilight Zone episode where the kid sends people to the cornfield, it's kinda like that. So he murdered Detective Bullock, he goes after Gordon, he kills most of the Green Lantern Corps with this evil darkness that's infecting him and his ring. And it's really just grief and loneliness that have driven him to this, and he becomes the Dawnbreaker Batman. But then as he becomes this evil version of Batman, officially not just a corrupted Green Lantern, darkness invades his world and takes it over. And that's when the Batman Who Laughs shows up with the Red Death and Murder Machine, and it recruits him. Now, all the pictures I've seen of this version of Batman make him look older or kind of zombified, but Ethan Van Sciver does a much better job making him look like a younger man, because he is fairly young in this. Well then, because he joined up with the Dark Knights, he ends up in Coast City, where Green Lantern tries to stop him, but his ring doesn't recognize the darkness, it just says there is no light, and he gets sucked into the darkness. Thankfully, Dr. Fate manages to nab him, just in time, but Coast City is on its own against this psychotic evil Batman. It's actually a very compelling story. It's very dark, it's a very horrific version of Batman, but that's the point. But it's also very tragic, because this version of Batman really has lost everything, and he kind of lost his mind, but he wasn't able to focus it in a way that helps people like the actual Batman of Earth Zero. So in this negative 32 Earth, he becomes evil through grief and suffering that he's never been able to process in a healthy way. Not that Batman actually processed it in a super healthy way, but much healthier than this. So this is a really good one. I really like Ethan Van Sciver's art. I've never seen too much of it. I remember various issues through the years, but I guess he's the Hal Jordan and Green Lantern artist. I may have to start picking that book up because I really like the way he draws. So I was real impressed with that. A lot of little details that really kind of caught my eye. He really gets down to like rubble and stuff like that. Really good detailing, and I really appreciate that. Definitely got to look up some more of his work. I'll track down some Hal Jordan issues to look through. But yeah, I highly recommend this for nothing else than the art, but the story was really good, and it really does, like I said, these one-shots have proven time and again to really add to the story of Dark Knight's Metal. So I recommend checking this one out. I thought it was a lot of fun. And all around a good book. Great art, good story. It's a pretty solid one-shot, and it really gives a lot of backstory to these villains. Be sure and hit like, share, and subscribe. And as always, that'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. We hope to see you on the next episode.